In this video, we are going to talk about my garden. We're going to talk about how you can take resources in Zuni and put them into collections of your favorites, share them with other people, talk about them, etc. We want to think about how kids can do this over the summer. They may find some resources that they want to put together in a collection of their favorites. And we'll also look at it from how teachers can put collections of favorites and share them with students or with colleagues as well. So we're logged in as a student here. I'm in as a Zuni student. I'm in as my child. And here I can see I have the dashboard. And on this left navigation is my garden. There's something new because I've shared something with Tristan. So let me click on my garden and show you what the student's garden looks like. Exactly like layout is the same as teachers. So we have my favorites. My favorites will contain any resources that he puts into his garden. So this is stuff that he puts in my favorites. Shared by me. So if he shares something with anyone, it will show up right here. Any of his shared by me. And any of his shared with me. So if I share something with him, it will show up here. So for example, I have a Miss Tina's suggestions. And I have in here the resources that I wanted to share with him. And I have them put together by groups. So he has some holiday resources and some reading resources. Notice how this has the number 1 and this has the number 5. So there's one resource in this holiday collection. There are 5 resources in this reading resources collection. So he can take and he could move this to, he could copy it into his favorites right here, so it would always show up here. And he can share, but the only people that a student can share with is only with their teachers. So if they are not in a class with that teacher, then they don't have any option to share to anyone. They can remove it as well from their garden. So if a teacher gives them permission, they can remove it as well. So this is what students can do with items that are shared with them. Here's their favorites. So if I'm in my favorites and I may want to share something with someone, I can do that within one of my teachers. Maybe one of my assignments was to find some great math resources or to share my favorite coding resources. I could do that, and I could just simply click on this button, click share. I could add a comment to my teacher and say, Miss Tina, I really like the coding resources. Especially the one with the garden, or let's say I'm in decimals, so I could say I really like the decimal games, and he could add to it. So what I have my little one do with me is he actually has to comment to me and tell me what he liked and what he learned from things when I assign things out to him. So you can just post it. Now I'm going to be able to see that, or his teacher would be able to see that. Whoever this garden is shared with would be able to see that. So let's go on back to our list. And let's take a look once again at this garden and say if I wanted to share this garden, I could share this garden with these different teachers here. So I may want to share it with, he changed his math teacher, so this isn't his current math teacher, so I could click that I wanted to share it, and I could click share, and that would share it with the math teacher, and I could add some comments here. If I wanted to share some reading resources with my reading teacher, I could, or social studies. So I'm able to share back and forth different directions, and it's fabulous this way. So students can share with teachers, teachers can share with students. So if I'm in as a teacher, you'll notice it's very similar. Only I happen to have a lot of folders because I have my resources organized in a variety of ways. I can look under shared by me to see who I've shared something with. I can look at shared with me to see who shared items with me. So it's very easy and fluid to go back and forth between colleagues or students. If this is in blue, that lets me know that I've shared it with others. It's not just with me, I've shared it out with others, and I can comment on this folder back and forth. You might wonder, how did this content get in here to begin with in the first place? Super easy. For example, let's go find some content. Maybe we'll go look at an ebook. Once we find the ebook that we want to share, we simply plant it. You know, Pinterest pins it, we plant it. So that's how we build our gardens. So I can just simply click on the seedling, and I can say I would like to move this piece of content into my Miss Tina's suggestions, and I'm going to put this into the reading folder, and then it will show up for anyone who I've shared that reading folder with. They will see this piece of content as well. So now they're going to be able to see that piece of content. So as I click over to Trusted's login and I take a look at Shared with Me, and I can look here at my reading resources, and notice how 5 now went to 6. So you know I've added that resource in here. And as I come in, I now have that resource as well. So that's how easy it is to update your gardens and share and collaborate back and forth. So just to demonstrate it again, and this is on any piece of content, you'll see these icons. You'll have the little seedling. The little seedling is how you plant something into your garden. So we hope you have fun building a garden. You can share resources all summer long. Students can share resources back and forth. It's just a really great way. If you had any time before the end of the year, you could put a little collection together, share it out to your students, and they'll just have some fun games to play with and be active with over the summer, and you know that'll make parents very happy as well. So have a great summer planting your garden. Remember, you can put it together as well, so maybe not until July or so when you're thinking about school again, you can start building your garden of resources that you wanted to use next year, and you'll have them there ready to go. You can assign them out as need be, etc. So again, have a great summer. We look forward to seeing your gardens grow.